Hello, good day, grade 9. How are you? First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm teacher Han, and in this video, I will discuss with you lesson 13 in values education, which is about personal factors affecting career selection. So, when we say personal factors, this refers to the unique qualities and characteristics that individuals possess. So, these can greatly impact the decisions we make regarding our career path. So these factors can include personality traits, interest, values, motivation, skills, and experiences. So throughout this discussion, we will explore how these personal factors play a crucial role in shaping our career choices. First, let us reflect on this quotation by Albert Einstein. Everyone is genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid. So if you could imagine, it is very impossible for a fish to climb a tree, right? But in terms of swimming, of course, they are really good as they live in the sea. So this quote is a powerful reminder that all of us have our own unique talents and strengths. This reminds us to appreciate, to recognize individual differences rather than imposing one standard for everyone, because again, we are all different. The comparison of a fish being judged on its ability to climb a tree emphasizes how unfair and unproductive it is to measure someone's ability based on irrelevant criteria. Just as a fish is not meant to climb a trees, not everyone is meant to excel in the same areas. Each person has their own set of skills and talents that make them unique. But if we judge someone based on something they are not good at, they may feel like they are not smart or they are not talented. Just like how a fish can climb a tree like a monkey can. So each person has our own way of being creative and intelligent. I have a classmate before who really struggles in our math class. So whenever we have a math test, she really feels discouraged and thinks she's not smart. But when she's drawing or painting, she really shines and feels confident. So just like the fish in the quote, she shouldn't feel bad about her math skills because she has other talents that make her special. And I want to remind you that you should not compare yourselves to others or feel inadequate if you do not excel in certain areas. Instead, focus on discovering your own strengths and finding ways to utilize it to reach your full potential. Now let's talk on career selection. Choosing a right career is such an important decision. Okay, imagine your life is like a book. A big book with different chapters. The first chapter is about going to school, and that chapter usually lasts for about 21 years, which is a long time. So after you finish school, the next chapter is about working and having a job. That chapter usually lasts for about 44 years, but depends on situation, until you are ready to retire. So your job is very important because it helps you have a good life and save money for when you are done working. So in choosing a career, so it's very important that you consider if that career will be able to sustain your life even after working. So choosing the right job is like picking a fun adventure for your book of life. It can make a big difference in how your story turns out. Now, I will share with you a story entitled Soichiro Honda, a Career Choice Success. If you do not know, Mr. Soichiro Honda is the founder of the motor company Honda, and I want you to become acquainted with the inspiring success story of this legend. So Soichiro was just like any normal kid in school. He was not that an ideal student, but he was a born inventor. So in fact, once he even tried to purge his report cards just so his parents wouldn't see his bad grades. He only got caught and was punished when he started making them for his classmates as well. So in 1922, he got a job at an auto shop. And he started in Tokyo. He started doing simple tasks like cleaning and cooking. But his hard work and dedication caught the attention of his bosses. So they gave him the opportunity to design race cars. And soon, he was working on developing a winning race cars for the company. Then he soon started assisting the shop's owner, the Sakakibara brothers, in developing Cortez race cars and became the riding mechanics of the races. His team won first place in the 1924 Japan Motor Car Championship. Because of the win, the Art Shokai Auto Shop became a renowned shop. It opened other branches around the city with Soichiro at 21 years of age heading one of them. So in 1923, there was a big earthquake that broke a lot of cars. So because of that, Soichiro got an idea to make stronger parts for cars that wouldn't break in earthquakes. So he changed wooden parts to metal ones and make money for his company. He even tried to make piston rings to keep the engine cool, but his first tries didn't work, so he went to school to learn how to do it right. So after a big crash, he finally made good piston rings, but Toyota only liked a few of them, so it was hard work, but Soichiro never gave up. Any other man would have probably given up at the point of almost losing one's life for a failed invention, but not Soichiro. So time passed and he finally mastered his obsession. Eventually, he founded his own company, Tokai Seke, which became known for his high quality piston rings. And despite facing challenges during World War II, he sold his company to Toyota and used the money to start the Honda Technology Research Institute. So from there, he went on to create his first motorcycles, which quickly gained popularity. So he continued to develop better engines, and only after 2 years, his institute became the Honda Motor Company. So his company became so renowned, and he started exporting his motorcycle to the US by 1958. So there was no way but up for Honda Motor. So the success of his company gave him enough momentum to get into his prize dream, which was to make automobiles. And the rest is history. That inspiring story tells us that to accomplish something, one has to face countless failures. So the journey of Soichiro wasn't easy. He faced various hurdles, but he never loses hope to do something different. So perhaps that's the reason why he became the game changer of the traditional business running process. So Soichiro's Honda story teaches us that when we choose the career we are passionate about and work hard, to achieve our goals, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve great success. And work is not a burden when a person loves what he is doing. And it is crucial then that one chooses the right career, just like what Mr. Soichiro Honda did. Making career choices is also hard. It is very easy for an individual to say that he will follow his dream of becoming a successful doctor, nurse, engineer, or architect one day. But actually, fulfilling it is another story. There are many factors that one needs to consider in choosing the best career path for oneself, and this starts with choosing the right career. If there is one crossroads in life that has caused many young people to stop and reflect, is the one where they are presented with divergent paths. Their eventual decision was a result of some influencing factors. And these factors are career testing results or personal abilities, parents' expectations, immediate needs of the family, and finances. First is career testing results or personal abilities. So this is probably the first factor that will affect individuals' choice of career. So the school's guidance and testing office usually conducts a career test to help students determine which career best suits their current skills and interests. It play a big role in helping someone choose a career that is a good fit for them. In DepEd, they have this NCAE, which is the National Career Assessment Examination, which is an aptitude test geared toward providing information through test results for self-assessment, career awareness, and career guidance of junior high school students. So they administers it yearly to the grade 9 students. So it basically aims to determine the learner's aptitude and occupational interest on any of the senior high school tracks. These tests give them an inventory of their skills. So there is no pass or fail in this type of test, as this will just help the students determine or discover their strengths and weaknesses. It will help them determine the career options where they would excel. So if they have a dream job to which their current skills are not suited, so through this test, they can know what skills they need to work on in order to achieve it. So the test should be taken with great consideration of one choices for one's future career, because excellence and success are achieved with the right match of personal abilities and field of work. As Albert Einstein would say, you don't want to be a fish that tries to climb a tree, as just like the fish, it would be really hard for you and you probably wouldn't be very successful. The next factor is parents' expectations. So despite career test results, sometimes the strongest influence in choosing one's career is parents' expectation, and these can influence the career choices of children in different ways. It is really true, because there are a lot of people I know who follows what their parents want them to take rather than following what they really want. Because as a child, of course, we never really want to fail the expectations of our parents, right? So some of them may fear failure or rejection if they choose a career path that does not meet their parents' expectations, so causing them to opt to a more conventional path instead. Imagine you love playing soccer, but your parents expect you to become a doctor because all your family members are doctors, so you might feel like you have to choose a career in medicine even if it's not what you truly want. Your parents may expect you to go into a certain position because it's a well-respected and high-paying job. So even though you may be more interested in creative fields like art or music, you might feel pressured to choose a more practical career path. Some parents expect the child to take on the same as they have because they think that their child's success in the business is assured because they have been successful in it. So they could even guide him because they know the business. So having a family business also somehow dictates one's career choice. So parents may influence their child to take accountancy because they need an accountant to help manage the finances of the family business, though the child may not be inclined to do so. Another factor that affects one's decision making in career selection is the immediate need of the family. There have been stories where parents discourage their children from pursuing college degrees so they can start working and earning for the family. So for example, when your family is in need of money or support, so you may have to make choices about your education based on what your family needs right now. So for example, a student may want to become a doctor, but their family needs someone to start working and earning money right away, so they may have to choose a shorter course of study or a job that can help their family sooner. So this can change the plans young people have for their future careers. So the needs of your family really affect the decisions you make about your education and jobs. And the last factor is finances. Perhaps the major consideration for choosing one's career path. So if the family is well off, the individual can practically take the course of his dreams. So for those who are not, finances dictate the book of their choice, as some careers may require expensive training or education, such as becoming a doctor or a pilot. So if a person does not have the financial means to pay for this training, so they may have to choose a different career path that does not require as much money to get started. And I can relate to this as I just came from a poor family, and the financial status of my family was one of the factors I considered back then. Back then when I was choosing a course to take. Lack of financial resources limit their choices to the following: universities and colleges with the lowest tuition fees, universities and colleges nearest to home, and courses that require less materials and inexpensive requirements. Lack of finances limits the person's choice of universities and colleges. This will be limited to those parents who can afford. So when someone doesn't have a lot of money, they may only be able to go to certain universities or colleges that are cheaper. So this could mean they have to pick a school close to home to save on transportation costs. They may not be able to study their dream courses because it could be too expensive or not offered at the school they can afford. So they also may have to choose a career that doesn't require a lot of expensive materials. This shows that money really plays a big role in deciding what jobs someone can have. Imagine you want to be an architect or an engineer, but your family doesn't have enough money to pay for the expensive tools and materials needed for that course. So this means you have to choose another career that doesn't require such expensive things, even if it's not your first choice. Also, if the nearest university to your home doesn't offer the course you dreamed of studying, this is because your parents might not be able to afford sending you to a faraway university due to the travel cost. So money influences not just where you study, but also what you study and what kind of job you can have in the future. So it's really important to consider your family's budget when thinking about your education and career choices. Career may be limited because of the different factors that affect them, but people have been known to beat the odds and succeeded in their respective fields. They have done and with the glowing virtues, hard work, perseverance, determination, passion, diligence, and humility. First is hard work. So it means putting in a lot of effort and doing your best at everything you do. It's not just about doing the minimum, but going above and beyond what is expected of you. So, for example, imagine you have a big project at school. So, instead of just doing the minimum required, you spend extra time researching, planning, and making sure it is the best project you can possibly do. So, this is showing hard work. So, when you work hard, people notice and you can achieve great things, just like Soichiro Honda, who started Honda Cars by working hard and showing dedication to his dream. Remember, hard work can help you reach your own dreams too. So this virtue should not be undervalued because many have achieved their dreams because of this. Next is perseverance. So perseverance means not giving up even when things get tough. So it's like when you keep trying and trying even when something is hard or takes a long time to achieve. For example, let's say you are learning to ride a bike. So at first it may be difficult and you might fall down a lot of times, but if you keep trying and practicing, eventually you will be able to ride the bike without falling. As a person who perseveres may fail not once but many times, yet still he knows how to get up again and keep going. Next is determination. So determination is different from perseverance. So when we say determination, it's about having a strong goal or desire to achieve something, while perseverance, it's about the action of actually working towards that goal and not giving up even when things get tough. So determinations give you the motivation to start, while perseverance helps you to keep going until you reach the finish line. A person perseveres because of his steadfast determination to do his best in his chosen field of work. Determination is also important because it helps us keep going even things are difficult. So it's like having a strong willpower to keep moving forward and never giving up on our dream. Next is passion. So passion is technically not a virtue, but a necessary drive to fulfill one's goals. It's like a burning desire or excitement for something you really love to do. It's what makes you feel happy and motivated to keep working hard to achieve your goals. So it drives people to do their best and keep improving. So for example, imagine a basketball player who is very passionate about the sport. So they love playing basketball so much that they practice every day even when it's hard. So their passion pushes them to give their best effort in every game and then never give up no matter how tough the competition is. Next is diligence. So on the other hand, it's about being hardworking and putting in consistent effort to achieve your goals. It's about being focused, disciplined, and dedicated to doing your best in everything you do. So continuing with a basketball player example. So diligence for them would mean practicing regularly, following their coach instructions, and always giving 100% effort during games. So they show diligence by regularly putting in the work needed to improve their skills and reach their full potential. And last is humility. So a person who aspires to achieve great things is balanced by its humility. So a humble leader admits when he commits a mistake, apologizes for it, and rises above it. So humility is when a person knows why they are good at some things, but they also know they are not perfect and can make mistakes. So they are okay with admitting when they are wrong and always try to do better. So humility helps someone become even better at what they do because it reminds them that they can always improve. Humility is when you don't think you are better or more important than others. It's about being humble and not boasting or showing off. It's about treating others with respect and kindness no matter what successes you may have. The reality is that a person's dream job is not given to him on a silver platter. So when you say silver platter, it's getting something very easily without having to work for it. So it takes human effort and God's divine providence for him to achieve his chosen career. So take these memorable phrases to remind you how possible it is to achieve what you want as long as you work hard for it. First, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. The word going in this famous proverb refers to the situation that you find yourself in. The word tough in the second statement refers to people who are strong. So when you encounter a difficulty as you try to fulfill your dreams, you should remain tough. One way is by turning to God, relying on His most divine providence. Next is everything is for the good. When things seems to fall apart at the seams, you must remember that it is not yet the end of all. Everything, good and bad, happens for the good. There are always two sides to every coin. Every situation will have its bad side and its good side. A dreamer always sees the positive side. A positive disposition helps keep one's leg moving. And third is, when God closes a door, He opens a window. So when things doesn't seem to be going as planned, it doesn't mean that you should give up. God closes doors so you don't take the wrong path. In the process, He offers other openings. This is how God's providence leads His children to where they excel. And I want to end this discussion with this quote by Steve Jobs that, and the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle, as with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. So thank you for listening, and I hope you have learned a lot of things from my discussion. Bye and God bless.